Okay, so Maciej, Machowicz, from Poland, living in Madrid, and Lukasz Poczesny, Lukasz Poczesny, from Warszawa, Poland. So those the Polish viewers that will remember me for dubbing Lukasz Golonka as El Polaco. Now I've got Los Polacos. Okay, so it's taken them a little while to get set up with there was a really quick changeover between rounds there. We'll have to see if this game goes to time, decide whether or not we can try and give an extension. Snickers for when you need to keep going. So yeah, let's just take a quick look while they're busy at the rankings after round 2. David Montalban, highest ranked player, 400-0. I suppose that's because what would be the reason why does he end up at the top of the table and Rafa moves down? D against R? No, because Maxime, Borja. Oh, it'd be for strength of schedule. Would be the third tiebreaker, wouldn't it? Yeah. So David Montalban first place, Rafa second place, Maxime third place, and Borja Ruano fourth place with perfect records. Let me see if I can see any Portuguese players that are highly ranked at the moment. Paulo Rocha, 17th place, not bad. Antonio Ojeda, I think. Come on, guys. At most, I'm going to give you 5, maybe 10, at most a 10-minute extension, not the 15 minutes you're taking to get set up now. Come on. Piccolo Benoit. So the French doing really well. Maxime Hermes in third place. Piccolo Benoit in 9th place. I think all the French people have put their surnames first. Maxime, no. But Daniel Avril is showing up on the ranking with his surname first, as is Pierre Bouffier, who's somewhere towards the bottom of the top because he's had a pretty poor MOV so far. We're seeing Machowicz, 32nd place, and Lukasz Poczesny in 26th place of the rankings. Going to be keeping an eye on those 4 top place players after this round to see how their records shape up.
Co? Suerte. Powodzenia i miłej gry.
No debería estar. Oh, come on, guys. There's no way. I'm so sorry. 20 minutes into the round. We're almost ready to do the first maneuver, and obviously there's a certain delay that I have to accept responsibility myself. I have to move the tables, quickly set some things up that are a little bit different. But some people take their time as well. I mean, I do the best I can to make it as quick as possible. 4, 8, 8. Alright, so I've got to watch the Inquisitor and Miranda. So the first to move is double edge, and then dash render. Who does a hard one turn to the left, focuses, and Miranda, 2 turns to the left. So a classic dash Miranda list here with Coronet and Iron Bombs. I'm going to go back to the Inquisitor. Right, so the initiative would be with Lukasz and then. Lukasz mentioned earlier he's one of the Patreon backers I have on the channel. And that completely, I didn't realize when I saw the name. I just saw the 2 foreign names and picked those 2 players for that reason. It gives a bit of more exposure to the event, and we get to see the international players that have come. Yeah, so I didn't realize, and then he told me he's one of the Patreon backers. And if you've not already checked out the Patreon, please do go over there and have a look. We've got. I'm currently on about $200 a month or something like that, and that's good. It's a big help, but for traveling to these events, it's not enough. For example, if I want to go to System Open events next year, the flights and stuff alone, I need to be getting about a little bit more than what I'm on at the moment to be able to guarantee giving you this kind of coverage of some of the highest level events in Europe, because I'm not. It's not strange for me to move to go to France, to go to England, where in most cases I've got friends or family close by to help me with the situation. But yeah, I've also been in contact with Holland, with Belgium, one time Poland. We were discussing about whether or not I'd be able to make it over there. And as many of you will be aware already, I became unemployed in June, and my income is not what it used to be, and so this sort of traveling and the cost involved in doing this sort of thing is just too expensive now. So every single dollar given to the Patreon is fundamental in making sure that I can continue covering high level events. I'm lucky in that in Spain we have large events with good players, and so I can relatively get quite a few of them in throughout the year. But I would like to be able to go, for example, the Italian Open. I would like to be able to go to that, but I don't have the money personally to pay for that trip. So that's where the Patreon comes in. We are introducing rewards this month, which I'll quickly switch over to the camera there to show you. This will be a reward scheme where you receive points for every dollar you've donated, and then you'll be able to change those points up for one of the rewards that you're seeing on the screen now. For example, one of the t-shirts like I'm wearing today, a Darth Vader pilot card or Darth Vader crew card, done with a special pixel art done by a special artist, a Polish artist actually, who's agreed to work with me on this, and Darth Vader is going to be the first of many of those cards. So yeah, if you want to be involved, if you want to have the opportunity to get involved to receive one of those rewards, then you have to be involved in the Patreon this month. When January 1st comes around and the Patreon gets charged to everybody, that will be the point where it decides whether or not you'll qualify for any of the rewards. And the reward scheme will go on a kind of a once every 4 months kind of basis, so I can just send out a whole bunch of packages at the same time rather than having to piecemeal it out. And so yeah, your points will be accumulated. You'll be given the opportunity to change those points for one of the prizes. Also, I'm looking into doing giveaways for the Patreon members. Just a random giveaway where I put all the patrons' names into a hat, pull one out and say, look, this person has taken away a prize. And one of the things I'm hoping to do for that situation is to give away. Oh, I've run out of battery on my phone. Is to give away the full set of the Heroes of the Artillery Cluster kit. Printed, mounted on cardboard. As if you've seen on my channel at the beginning when I first started doing the channel, one of the things I did with the Spanish guys is we did the Heroes of the Artillery Cluster, and on my channel we did a pretty good job of recreating the Heroes of the Artillery Cluster material as not as close to if it was official game components, but pretty close. Yeah, we did really well for getting them to be the right thickness for a token, to be pretty resistant and well formed. So it worked out really well, and so that's one of the giveaways I'm hopefully going to be able to do next month, is give away the full set of the Hero of the Artillery Cluster material. Now, as anybody would tell you, those that have worked that have already tried the Heroes of the Artillery Cluster, it's a lot of material and getting it well printed is quite difficult. So that's one of the ideas there. I have to speak to my friend who's in charge of the printing of that material to see if he's willing to help me out with that. But hopefully I'll be able to get that sorted out within the next couple of weeks and have everything confirmed. Maybe by Christmas time, do the giveaway, and then it'll be a question of printing everything out, getting it all well. You know, I could do the giveaway before, or I could prepare our material first. I could give away my material, but it's a bit worn out, and I'd like to take the opportunity to try and do a little bit better. Just realised I'm not on chat, so let me connect chat. So as I come into chat, let me know what you thought about how long it took these guys to set up and how much of that is my fault.
Żeby kamera widziała. Co? Żeby kamera widziała. Nie, chyba nie. Nie ma takiego specjalnego miejsca. Jedno? Prawda? Przytarczy i kondycja.
Who do you want me to ask their opinion on Fuik? To Pierre. I'm not sure if my chat's up to date. I might be looking at old chat messages. Yeah, yeah, okay. So my chat wasn't updated since when I cut it off. I think personally, my opinion on Fuik, if I was to give my opinion, Fuik is one of the strongest ships available right now, and that's saying something because there are some pretty strong ships. Then the slight changes to jump masters and stuff like that. I mean, Miranda still is a very powerful ship. Dash has always been a powerful ship, but has never really been at the top level, but does very well at what he does when he's accompanied well. In the case of Fuik, my opinion with Fuik is Fuik has the opportunity to copy any ability in the game, and if not, well then I'll take the highest pilot skill in the game. And so that's why you see Fuik players are playing with heavy initiative bids of 97, 96, because you need to be sure that you have the initiative so that you can then take the highest pilot skill and move last and shoot first. And that is a big deal with this stuff. So Fuik has that advantage, is that if there's a ship that has an ability that can multiply firepower, for example, Dengar is a very good ability to copy because it gives Fuik 2 shots in a turn if he needs them. Then just see a bit of dust flying past the camera. He has that option. He can choose between multiplying firepower or receiving an ability that is extra powerful, or just having the initiative ability of moving last, deciding who moves last and who shoots last. And that is easily as powerful as being able to take anybody's ability, copy anybody's ability. Then you've got the fact that it's he also comes with a very powerful new title that gives him a lot of repositioning options. As we saw in the last round, that the Kane and Jarrus was just they spent maybe 6 rounds without any firing because he could just always get into his blind spot. And having the boost and the curly barrel roll makes gives him excellent repositional options. Once again, with regards to Patreon, there's only one way of pledging. You pledge that you can do what tier 1, let's say I pledge $1, or you can change that amount. You can put in extra, and if you do that, that's the reason why at the moment it's only like that, because the whole thing with the points, it makes it easier to group everybody together. So when the rewards come in, it'll be, let's see how much money you've given, and then that gives you a certain number of points, and then we change those points for a reward. So imagine, okay, I'm not 100% decided on how I'm going to do this, but let's take it in mind. So for every $1 you get, you receive a point. And then maybe with 10 points, you can get the 2 cards, the pilot card and the upgrade card, or just the upgrade card or just the pilot card, and then those points get spent. Or if you manage to get 30 points, then you can go for the t-shirt, because these are obviously more expensive to make. And then so if you imagine, if you wanted to get the t-shirt and the cards, you would need to have 40 points, because you need to spend 30 points for the t-shirt, 10 points for the card. Okay, so that's the reason why it's being launched now, because I finally got permission from the artist to be able to use his art and work with him on making more art in the future. Speaking of which, we've got some awesome, the same kind of pixel art stuff coming for Rey, Poe, Kylo Ren, all that sort of stuff's coming, and he's going to do some new stuff for episode 8 as well, so there's some really cool stuff coming on. Sorry, I hadn't realised we'd gotten into combat already. Miranda has lost shields. Well, I was supposed to be talking about other stuff like Fweek, but I'm not sure how many. I can see she's got that weapons disabled token, so it looks like she's got no shields left, if I'm understanding correctly. She's got funny coloured shields as well. I hate it when they do that. Dash has got at least 4 things that could be shields on him. And then on the other side of the table, Darth Vader still has 2, Inquisitor still has 2, and we'll see what what Double Edge has now. That might be 1 shield she's got left on the. And I took him off with Dash. My bad, Jesus. Okay, so yeah. Let me get it all back here. Come on. Okay, Dash is back up to full health. And Miranda has lost 3 shields. He's got 1 shield left. He's not using regulation tokens or... and if I could mention something to the people that do make ancillary tokens, at least try and keep the colours the same for these reasons. Yeah, don't be changing the colour of the shield tokens to be white or red or green. Yeah, and so all the Imperials are still in place. Okay. And I think they're speaking Polish as well, so that makes things even more difficult for me. So we're rolling, and I can see a blank, and I think that must be 2 hits, by the way, he's re-rolling. So we get 2 hits and a blank is what I'm guessing. There's a lot of shine on those dice. And he takes damage cards onto Miranda.
Aha, bo tu ma 4 tarcze. Tak, miałem 4. 3 dostałem, bez rakietki. Mogę oko źle położyć? Bo zapomniałem, zacząłem strzelać szybko. Dobra, dzięki. To dasz? To jest moja strategia, że to cię strzelał na nim ty. Tak. Nie możesz. Tutaj. Do lidera? Tak. Rider nie ma thrusterów, ten ma thrustery, no nie ma. Dobra.
So yeah, there's Lone Wolf, and he gets 2 evades, so no damage there. These Imperials are going to be, it's going to be hard to punch damage through on these Imperials. Spends the focus for one. And spends the focus to evade. Oh, he's got those radio TCX. Was it a range 1? I suppose a range 1 meet ruler. So yeah, so just quickly while we were talking about that, let's quickly put this back up on screen. Okay, so those are your Patreon rewards. This is me down here in the corner. Hello, that's them over on the other side. Over the other side over there, down there on the other side of the screen is them on the table. Yeah, so as I said, for every dollar you give, a point system will be accumulated, and every 4 months you'll have the option of changing those points for prizes. If I start to get a lot more Patreon, well, then it'll be more than every 4 months. It'll be every 3 months or every 2 months or something like that, depending on how much I start getting. For right now, it's been well, but yeah, for the number of viewers I get, it should be a lot better. And then there's the prize draws will be periodic as well, every now and then, and all Patreons will be included in that regardless of what level they're at. And so yeah, things like Heroes of the Atari cluster, those kits, maybe a complete set, t-shirt, cards and stuff like that also being raffled off once a month. Okay, so they're very slow. As we saw, it took them a while to get started, and now they're taking a long time to go through their manoeuvres as well. We're getting down to the point where there's only half an hour left in the game.
Sí, sí.
Czekaj, ja mam do tego.
Okay, so I'm running out of battery here.
Target lock.
Pero me
Miranda zostawi prezent. Pionówkę.
To robisz z normalnego tak, nie?
To robię przy odsunięciu diala.
Drops that iron bomb. So we'll have to remove an extra munitions token there.
Teraz pytanie, czy do przodu, czy w tą stronę? Co?
W jedynce co dostajesz z tego?
Obrażenie i 2 jony.
Dobra. To jest zielona.
I remember as the Polish that have visited Spain before will be able to tell you.
A lekka, sorry.
I know some Polish, and then when I tell you when I say the Polish I know, you can kind of work out where I picked it up from.
Jedynką nie dolejecie.
Jak się masz? Dobry noc. Kocham siebie. And I'm probably pronouncing it terrible now, but I remember it's something like that.
Co?
Tego?
So yes, I did have a Polish girlfriend for a time, and so the Polish language that I did pick up were certain kind of phrases that you would say.
Pan? Czy nie?
Co? Wejder wisił mam pani.
Vader coming in hard there. Is that gonna fit? Maybe just.
A, to skrywanie.
They made it fit. They made it fit. It's in.
Dobra, to już mogę zabrać.
And Dash is on the asteroid. That's a shiny asteroid as well.
Nie może
Shiny, or has it got like a white sticker on it?
w takim razie weźmie sobie fokus i weźmie target
Yeah, it's
locka.
definitely a reflection. But it's just being one. Oh, it's target lock. It's a target lock. Look. It's that national target lock. There we go. Okay.
Na początku kombatu. Oko z rej.
Dobra.
Proszę.
To wypaliło, nie? I to wszystko?
Zastanawiam się, czy wziąć odpalić countermeasures.
No, of course, I wouldn't have learned any Polish profanities because the whole reason of using Polish with a Polish girlfriend who also spoke English was to try and sweet talk at the time.
No, 3 kostki masz teraz?
Tak, 3 kostki z bazy
Tak duże, nie? Tak, o to połóż.
i oko z rej.
A oko z
A nie,
jedną
wziąłem, przecież miałem takie topa. Dobra, do Vader, do Dasha.
And I did learn that L's are pronounced like W's, and W's are pronounced like V's. So what we call Warsaw is actually Warszawa.
On mów typowy Dash.
2 evades. No damage done there. Okay, so double edge. It's Inquisitor, sorry. Checking for arc on Miranda Donny.
Zrobisz to równo, to nie widzę. Nie widzisz. Jesteś to. Jakbym zrobił ostro, to byś widział. Jakbym zrobił w tą stronę. Dobra.
Może bym zapał kawałek plastiku, ale...
Dobra.
He's throwing the countermeasures on Dash this turn as well.
Co tu się strzeli?
Which is interesting. Well, I mean, obviously Dash had to move before all the Imperials, so yeah, I mean, he's kind of wasted those countermeasures in this case. As he's not really been in arc of anybody this turn.
Czyli 1 damage. To autor na 4, nie?
2 and a damage, he says. Takes 1 shield off of Inquisitor.
2 razy.
Not whole shield.
2.
To weszło?
3 w tym 2 kryty, czyli dostajesz 1 i drugi z kondycji.
Tak. Czyli jest na jednym życiu.
Wszystko, nie?
Tak.
No.
So countermeasures are now discarded.
Countermeasures już więcej nie będziesz miał.
Nie, nie będę.
Let's cross those out on the list. And go back to dials. 30 minutes still to go in the round. Miranda taken down to half health. We'll have to wait and see if the Imperials can pursue her. to fire yet more torpedo nets. I'm realising now we've also got Inquisitor used his harpoon missiles, so we can remove those from the layout. Vader still has harpoon missiles to fire. So I'm guessing after this round we'll take an hour for lunch. There were plans to try and stream, I'm able to do 2 streams at the same time. There were plans to try and stream the Legend of the Five Rings Kotai. It's also taking place with 450 players. But the Wi-Fi at the venue didn't seem to want to cooperate with streaming, would let me do everything else. But the second I tried to go live, it cut me off. And they've not got back to me since about that, and so I did offer that I could probably do it on mobile data, but I'd want to have a bit more of a discussion with them before we talked about that. I've got to put my phone on charge.
Po stronie możesz też nogę położyć, tak? Tak. I masz skręty tylko na dwójce? Tak. Very slow planning phases here. Oh, come on. So as we were speaking, the Kotai was delayed as well. They've only managed to play 2 rounds so far. They're on a break at the moment. There seem to be some difficulties at the beginning. And as I say, I was going to try and stream it, but I've not received any information about what was going on with the Wi-Fi, the access they were giving me, so we can't do that. They don't have an upload. I think it's the ports. Because the upload-download limit was not a problem. When I did a speed test, it was the Wi-Fi is actually better than the cable connection I'm on right now. But the second you didn't notice any slowdown or anything like that, but once you tried to connect, the application just says 0, 0. The timer shows up on the screen, how much time you've been emitting, 0, 0, 0, never advances, and after a couple of minutes says you've got a bad connection. So yeah, it's just blocking the video ports is what I understand is happening. But yeah, it's Saturday, so the technology guys, I guess, aren't here today, and they're not able to take care of it for me, so I wasn't able to do it. No real loss for me because to stream, to do 2 streams at a time, especially all day long, means I have to spend all day without my phone.
So as it is, I have my phone with me, so that's an advantage. But I was willing to take that. I was willing to make that sacrifice. Abandon my phone for a weekend so it could stream L5R.
Powinien być jeden token do tego. To nie jest od Wejdera, nie?
Nie, od Inkwizytora też, bo miałeś z poprzedniej tury target dla
Tak, no to robię go drugi raz. Wejder, tak?
They get to the next planning phase. I'm going to try and double check something because I'm seeing this game is going to time.
To jest na ostatnim życiu.
And so I'll need to discuss with the judges if we want to give them extra 5 minutes.
Target drop.
And make sure I inform them as well.
Inny strzelisz? No nie możesz strzelać, nie?
Co?
Strzelać nie może.
Nie.
Okej. Fokus na Wejderze.
Okozraj?
Okej, mogę strzelać? Puścić jedynkę?
Przepraszam.
Będzie.
Jest.
Dobra. Trzy kości. Fokus. I komputer.
Proszę?
Fokus i komputer, nie?
Dobra, to zginęła. Za tą jedną
Z
kością.
kością tam w ramach kart. Cztery kości. Cztery.
Ja powinienem stąd brać.
Takes a damage pass, but he's using the wrong damage deck.
Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć, siedem. Ostatni kryt. Dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć, siódmy kryt.
So the crit that he got is a direct hit. Oh my god, and so now you understand how situations like the last round can occur, is that I give them and say, do this, put your deck away, don't even have it out because you will take it by a unconscious decision.
I oczko.
Alright, spends the focus, he's got 4 hits there from Heavy Laser Cannon, and I can't see any of those dice, so that's no good. I can see a focus, I think. Anyway, damage goes on to Vader. So he must have only got 1.
Tak, wszystko.
Ludzie oglądają, nie róbmy burdlu w kosmosie.
Ja Mirką źle zagrałem, powinienem lecieć.
And they
na
go back to
Christopher.
dials. So yeah, just going to go talk to the judges.
Ale zrobiłaby więcej.
Es difícil, ¿eh? Sí, es difícil, pero son muy frágiles.
Myślałem, że tą dwójką wejdziesz, dlatego nie uciekałem, a powinienem uciekać, bo już mnie nie sięgnął. 3 slam był gdzieś tu. No ale bywa.
Ja nie rozumiem, czemu to zrzuciłeś, a nie zrzuciłeś tej bomby, co robisz.
Ale tu nie mogę. Ja mogę to przed ruchem zostawić.
Aha,
Zostawię tu. Nie, ja powinienem, ja myślałem, że ta dwójka wejdzie. Wiesz, ja powinienem zrobić 3 bank i 3 bank.
Because with the late start, you get 5 minutes extra.
Okej.
Knowing that you two know each other, okay, I will advise you, that means that you will be at the end of the queue for lunch.
Okej.
Okay, so you take it if you want it.
Okej, myśmy. To jest datek na 3.
Co?
To jest datek na 3. Ile to ma? 10. 10 na pewno to jedna tura, dobra.
Spoko.
Tu mam problem.
It's like I prematurely thought they'd gone back to dials in an effort to try and sort out that little issue. So yes, I managed to negotiate a 5-minute time extension for them, but I have warned them, as they do know each other, they're friends. I have warned them that if
Dawaj.
they take the 5-minute time extension, which they're perfectly welcome to do, they do that, they will be at the end of the queue for lunch. As I've mentioned before, this weekend, X-Wing players have lunch included in the price of the ticket. There's a special cafeteria just for X-Wing. And, well, I went to go get a Coke, and that took about 10 minutes, so I would not want to be at the end of the queue for lunch. Go double edge. So knowing that they're two friends, and I believe that when someone says end of the game, they can sit there and go, well look, you won, didn't you? And leave it at that.
Tak, no bo jesteś w takiej pozycji, że jak weźmiesz, zrobisz kojo, to fokus.
I mean, it could be that in the next 15 minutes they really get their act together and Dash takes a burn, but I can imagine once Dash gets down to half points that Lukasz would start running away. Okay, just to address the chat, the final of the European Championship was not a Lukasz, it was a Bartosz, who was also Polish and played a similar list with the Miranda Donny, with Connor and the Ion Bombs. But yeah, Bartosz Poczesny, without having the name written down in front of me, I'm never going to get it right, but Bartosz Poczesny or something like that, and this is Lukasz Poczesny. So let's not confuse them. I think I've got Lukasz Poczesny. I think I'm saying that right. Poczesny. Lukasz Poczesny. Maciej Machowicz. Lukasz Golonka. I think I'm pretty good. Like I say, I had a bit of practice before with Polish, so I think I've got that under control. Shout outs to all my friends in Poland. Always a pleasure to see you guys at events, whether it be here or in the UK or anywhere else.
Dwójka farku? Ale ja mam jedynkę. Nie strzelę do ciebie. No to strzelaj.
Okay, so here we go with the combat.
Dwie?
One hit, one crit. Lone Wolf repeats, gets 2 evades.
Dash.
No damage on Dash. Dash fires back, looks like he's going for double edge.
Nie ma? No to muszę do Inkwizytora.
2 crits.
Lone Wolf? Równo. No 3 hity.
Repeats one for Lone Wolf, gets 3 hits.
4 kości? Nie, 3 kości.
Looks like a transparent die.
Auto transfery?
And he gets 1 evade, auto thrusters gives him another.
and he spends an evade token to survive. It's the Inquisitor he's shooting at. Sorry, Double Edge is the other one. These curly wings. Okay, and they go back. Okay, so here we go with another planning phase. It's going to take about 6 minutes. I'm sorry, guys, when you watch this back later, Lukasz and Maciej. But yeah, these are long planning phases. And I'm always one to support taking your time to make a correct decision. But in this case, well, I don't know. I mean, it's worked out well for both players. I mean, Maciej could be in a much worse position than he is now, and Lukasz is keeping that dash render, hasn't taken any damage yet, so let's just wait and see. No, not so bad this time. Not 6 minutes long. Okay, that's better.
Spróbuję zmieścić beczkę w prawo.
Jugadores después de esta ronda vamos a comer y después a las 4 retomamos la siguiente ronda. A las 4 de la tarde.
So we are coming up to we've just gone 1:30. No, 2:30 here in Spain. 2:30, and they've just announced that we'll be having lunch after this round. We've got about 10 minutes to go, and the fourth round will restart at 4 p.m. So that's in an hour and a half from now. 4 p.m. CET is when round 4 starts. So you'll know. I'll leave the stream going live with the promo screen, and you'll be able to see like what's going on the table and what's going on at the booth, the broadcast booth. But yeah, there won't be much need.
Masz lekką ramę.
3 hits and a blank. Why do we have to have these shiny dice? 3 hits and a blank. 1 evade, 1 focus, 1 blank. 3. It means the focus to take 3.
Tak na przyszłość.
Doesn't take any damage. Nice. Darth Vader's still threatening with that harpoon missile that he's not fired yet. Blanks. Focus. Spends the focus. 1 hit, 2 focus. Drone rolls, gets 2 blanks, I believe. Takes the damage card. Takes his first shield off of dash render. And he's got to start sinking. Lukasz has to take an enemy ship off the board, and soon.
So yeah, once the round is over, I'll get the rankings from the judges team, round 3 rankings, publish them on the screen, and go on off to lunch for until 4 p.m. Last 10 minutes around, they've got a 5 minutes extension.
Nie ma. Zamknął się przecież.
Excuse me for the coughing. Believe it or not, I did cough in my mouth and turn away, but it is still the microphone can still pick it up. Right now, it's just gone 25. It's going up to 25 to 2, 25 to 3. Sorry, 25 to 3 coming up. So we've got about an hour and a half before round 4 starts.
Czy dobrze wyczułem?
Dash 3 turns, bumps against double edge. And it looks like next turn Dash is going to eat a corner net of his own design. Assuming that they can manage to get through this turn quickly enough to do another turn.
Target locka ma się mówię. Lukasz jest stuwa. Jest. To wejdę sobie. I wejdę.
Okay, so 1 hit, 1 focus, 1 blank, spends the focus. That's it. And gets an evade, re-rolls, looks like probably not, loses another shield. As I say, we're going to be going over a corner net next round.
Na samym początku szło mi Inkwizytor na jedynce.
The Inquisitor attacks, 2 hits, target lock for 1 more, 3 hits. 1, no, looks like he gets 2.
Ja ci oddam.
Sometimes it just happens like that.
Nie zawiedź mnie teraz. Kurwa mać.
1 hit. No, 2 hits.
Nie ma znaczenia, masz to
What's going on here? How many times have we roll those dice?
Tyle.
And off they go back to dials. Okay. Yeah, so just have a quick look at the rankings that we had before going into this round. We had 4 players on a perfect record. Borja Ruano, Maxime Hermes from France, Rafael Dinarares, a very famous player here in Spain. Not won any big titles, but recognized as being very capable. David Montalban. 4 players, perfect records, and we'll see how they progress in the next round as to whether or not we try and get one of them on. And then we've also got some Portuguese players knocking around today. So far we've had 2 Spanish players on the stream,
three Spanish players on the team, on the stream. Three Spanish players on the stream. 1 French player, 2 Polish players. We'd have to get some of the Portuguese on later. But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on how everybody does and see how everything goes from there. If you are enjoying the event, please remember that a lot of this comes to you thanks to the support we have on Patreon. And this month we are starting our rewards scheme on Patreon. So please, hello, I'm down here. Please go on over, support us on Patreon if you wish. Obviously, there's only one tier at the moment. You place and then you modify your pledge afterwards. If you want to do more money, you modify the pledge, and then obviously the more you give, the more eligible you'll be for the rewards in the long term. So, going back to the game, let's see if these guys are going to finish anything up in the next 3 minutes. Okay. So they've got 3 minutes of actual time left. These players have the option of taking a 5-minute extension. We'll see what they do. Going on, Double Edge takes a free bank to the left. Here comes Dash. That's the action for Double Edge. Intense decision process. He's going to take a... Is that one the focus? I think it's the focus, isn't it? It's like a lighter colour than the oval-shaped evades. So there goes your coronet. Dash takes. Ions. Shield. And that could put him in a compromising position for the next turn. Giving those Imperials the opportunity to squeeze up into that range 1 bubble. The Inquisitor's spent the harpoon missiles, but Vader hasn't. Slots in behind Double Edge, Vader. Already got his target lock. No, he's got these little dark coloured target locks, tokens. Maciej.
¿Es el último que voy a?
Dobra, spróbuję.
Barrel rolls to close into range 1. Gets 3 hits. Take it easy with the way you roll those dice. Takes damage card. He's doing the wrong deck, wrong deck!
Dobra, jeden, że ten stres, jeszcze lepiej.
Ja ci mogę dać.
Ja pilot z zero. Wziąłem nie ten damage deck. Pilot z zero. Nie ten damage deck.
Put them away! Damage cockpit. Dash goes down to pilot skill 0.
Totalny blok.
Loses the shield, gets the damage card. Half points on Dash. And they've still got 5 minutes to go. More damage. 3. He's dead. No, he's not. He's got 1 health point.
A ty masz jedynkę o następnej
So they, I think they're going to take this 5 minutes.
Strzela, bo nikogo nie zabije.
Dash firing at pilot skill. It's the round after this, isn't it? Damage cockpit. So that means it gets double edge still to fire with the tin laser turret.
Nie ma znaczenia.
Gets 2 hits. Evade auto thrusters. The Inquisitor gets out of there, no problem. Here comes the TLT from double edge. 2. So he can't do anything, can he? He's lost. Dash is dead. Is he rolling 2 dice? And that's it. So here we go. Lukasz. Oh, yeah, look at it.
Okay.
Okay, move a bit closer. There we go. Mejor. Better. Okay. So Lukasz, well done and well played. A bit of an explosive end at the end there, huh? Pretty much Dash takes all the damage in the last 2 turns.
Yeah.
What were you kind of thinking when you had to play against your friend? No, you all already knew each other.
So I just played it wrongly from the beginning.
Yeah.
Simply with Miranda, I should have just moved forward to slam, take damage, and drop bombs.
Oh, yeah.
That was the error. And another error is when I decided to run away, I should have slammed the first turn. This would give me the distance that I needed.
Yeah. Okay.
But okay, it's a game. You make errors.
It's not a big deal. Even so, you still. I mean, you had the difficulties that he's got a lot of damage output as well.
Yeah. So just basically, the idea usually is to bait with dash. It hasn't worked out here. My Miranda is with Auto Blaster and bombs.
Yeah.
She was supposed to kill aces, but I was doing it wrong simply this time.
Yeah, mine. Yeah.
It's my 3rd game with this Miranda build.
Yeah.
Okay, I can make it further. So
Cool.
only one loss.
Okay, excellent. I don't want to delay you any further because obviously lunchtime's come up.
Yeah.
So I want you to go off and take a rest.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted to say that you are doing a great job here.
Yeah, thank you very much for being a Patreon backer. Yeah. Have you seen this? Yeah. Hang on a second.
No.
Rewards coming to Patreon. We're going to be having I'm actually working with a Polish artist to make this pixelated Darth Vader, like a 3D, like an old computer game.
Very nice.
And instead of putting on the hull and shield like a number, I'm actually putting on the icons. And stuff
Very
like
nice idea.
And so the idea will be, depending on how much money you've given to the Patreon, you'll get a certain number of points, and the points will be able to be exchanged for these things coming up in January. Okay, there'll be more information later once I've got through this weekend and everything's a bit more calmed down. But thank you very much, and a pleasure to have met you.
Yeah,
Okay?
pleasure to be here.
Okay, let me go get Maciej now. Okay, Maciej, well done. Excellent win there. Let's switch the camera around so we can see you better.
Okay.
Okay, well done. You and Lukasz, you both know each other pretty well before coming, huh?
Actually, Lukasz was the owner of a shop when I started playing war games.
Oh, okay, wicked.
So
okay.
we know each other for a few years.
Uh-huh.
But he's now living in Warsaw.
Yeah.
We were from Wrocław originally, and
Okay.
I'm living now in Madrid.
In Madrid, okay. And so you said to him, hey, Spanish Nationals coming up, why don't you come over and we'll try and take it together, no?
Yeah, I was preparing a little by playing in the local tournaments
Yeah.
with that list.
And your list is very, very favourable against Lukasz's list, huh?
Yeah,
so it's a good matchup for you.
My idea of the list was when there was the last wave come
Yeah.
out, and there's a lot of them. When I go into tournaments, there was a name on every table, so auto blasters and a lot of bombs. So I want to make a aces list, but when I can be at range 3 all the time.
Okay, wicked. And what would be the kind of list that you're not you don't want to see across the table from yourself?
Excuse me?
What would be the list you're weak against?
To be honest, I'm afraid of aces with more pilot skill than
Pilot
mine,
skill,
but I
yeah.
already beat list with 3 aces with 11 pilot skill.
Uh-huh.
So I think I can beat every list with that, but of course there are some not favorable matchups.
Excellent. By the way, I like your t-shirt. Let's try and get that on camera. Bounty Hunter in this kind of 80s style art. Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming on stream and sharing your game. Off you go get lunch, okay? So right now it's 10-3. Round 4 starts at 4 o'clock. You've got an hour and 10 minutes before we come back. We will leave you with that screen, and in a short while be having the rankings after round 3 up on screen.